I wanted to make like a fun, whimsical sign for summer. So I'm going to use one of these starfish. It's like a felt starfish they have at Dollar Tree in their summer aisle. And then 3 of the Longshore Living signs. I'm going to use 2 of the blue starfish ones and 1 of the white seashell ones. I want to combine all 3 together to make a giant, fun, colorful sign for my living room for summer. So I'm going to put them together like blue, white, blue, kind of alternate colors. And I want to include the starfish on there as well. So to start with, I'm just going to take the hanger off of the white sign and we can start working on this one. I'm going to leave it white, but I wanted to distress it, make it look really coastal, very coastal farmhouse vibe. So I am going to distress it, starting with the edges. And I just use my chunky brush from the Dollar Tree, just working in one direction, kind of all over. And I just kind of distress it until I'm happy with it. I do go like a lot more heavy distressing on the outer sides of it because I kind of want it to kind of give the illusion of some old boards side by side. I kind of want you to be able to see the sides. So kind of distressing all over, following that up with a baby wipe. And then I even go a little bit harder on the sides, just taking some antique wax by Waverly and a little makeup sponge and just kind of dragging that on the sides just to darken them a little bit more. Now, these are the blue starfish signs. These are nice long signs, so if you combine 3 of them together, you're going to get a pretty good size sign. Now, I kind of want to distress it, make it look coastal, beachy, so I'm going to mix a couple colors together. I think this is turquoise and ivory, and kind of distress it with a fun little turquoise blue color to see what that vibe kind of gives us. I'm trying to kind of match the color on the starfish. That was my reference. And that's what I'm going to distress this board with. So again, I start on the top and the bottom and working in one direction. Also getting the sides. I follow that up with a baby wipe until I blend it and distress it to my liking. And it just kind of breaks up the solid blue that's on that board. And I think it makes it look better. So we're going to do the same exact thing here with our other blue board. Because if Julie's doing a project, she's probably going to be distressing it, right? I can't lose the reputation. I got to distress it. But I think it looks cool. So I kind of put them together, kind of make sure that I'm getting like a pretty even distress. And I think they look pretty equivalent. Now I want to do blue, white, blue. It's going to be so big, it's going to be really hard to fit this all in my screenshot, but I think you get the gist here. So I have the starfish at one end and the seashell on the other. Gonna flip them all over so that I can attach them together. And you can use whatever you've got. I've got some of these little wood signs from the Dollar Tree, and so that's what I'm going to use. But you can use Dollar Tree rulers, really large popsicle sticks, whatever you've got. You just want something flat. And I wanted something long enough to go across all 3 signs to do like 2 little braces on the back. Just gonna secure that sign to the back with some hot glue. And this one too. And I am avoiding like the cutout areas, of course. I don't want to block those. And glue them all together. So now we have a nice big sign. And that also helps to eliminate like any bowing that you might have if they're not all super flat. So let's flip this over. You can kind of see what we've got going on. And here is the little felt starfish from the Dollar Tree. It's like an aqua color with like that turquoise border, which it is glitter, which I don't really like, but we're going to make it work, right? So the first thing I am going to do is Mod Podge all over the back of this. Get it super wet with Mod Podge so that we can start gluing that down. I did put like a little cutting mat down first so that I'm not making a big mess here. But I wanted to kind of just saturate that as much as I could with the Mod Podge. Because I do not want this like peeling off or like sticking out a little bit. I'm going to want it to be really flat. Also going to Mod Podge the sign kind of all over the area that we're going to add the starfish. I kind of figure out, I kind of want it like off center like that. The shell side is the top. So I kind of want it like leaning to one side. So I kind of have it leaning to the right. And I'm just spreading out that Mod Podge a little bit so I don't have like an uneven matte finish on some parts of the board. And I'm also kind of sponging it on the top to make sure that the felt is completely saturated with that Mod Podge. And I give it a quick dry. It'll take a few minutes for that to completely dry on the felt. Now, this is one of the existing hangers for one of the signs, so I'm just going to put it back in the shell sign to make a little hanger for the top. Now, I did notice a little bowing at the bottom, and I'm just going to fix that with some of these little wooden dominoes from the Dollar Tree, just to secure them together a little bit, make it a little bit more stable. Now it's time to frame it out. I want to use some of this 6-foot nautical cotton rope from the Dollar Tree, and we can do a nautical coastal border. So this is really easy to do, and it gives a fun, like, nautical coastal touch to this and kind of makes it like a little bit of a thicker project, a little bit more substantial. So I'm just going to tie a knot like that, which makes a really cute little nautical touch there at the corner, but it also bends at like a 90-degree angle for a corner of my frame. So I'm just going to hot glue that down right there in the corner. And I left enough rope to do the bottom as well. I'm going to go down to this side, and then I'm also going to tie a knot here. And you're going to want to make sure that if it doesn't look the same as your other one, you're going to kind of want to reverse the knot that you did to make sure that everything kind of lays nicely. So I just knotted that corner and glued it down. We're going to keep doing that all the way around. Now, my rope was not long enough for another one, so I just cut it down to size right here. And we can start a new rope. Since this is such a big sign, I tie a knot to give me a knot for the corner like that. And it was kind of upside down, so I'm just going to reverse it. And I need the rope to be coming out from underneath like it should be, like it would have been if I would have been able to tie it. And so I just glue that together, cut off the end, and then I can glue that right on top of the raw edge of that rope and make it look like one continuous piece that I like tied it. And I keep moving around the frame like that. So now I have this corner piece left. I'm going to do the same thing here. Cut it down to size, glue that down, and then bring down that new rope along the side, tie a knot, and then attach that to that corner as well. And again, I kind of tied it upside down, so reverse that. Try to get it the right length. And I think that's going to look good because that's going to kind of hide it underneath like that. So trim that one down and glue that one in that corner. And we have a fun little rope border for this. This was just a fun, colorful sign. I thought it would be bright and fun for summer. And it was really easy to do. And this is how it looks hanging in my home. If you find that you don't get your rope quite tight enough, you could always kind of glue it down to the sides about halfway with just a dot of hot glue. It's going to help keep that in place. There's our fun little starfish sign.